Of course, for me as an interpreter, it's an incredibly positive thing that there has, my profession has gotten some attention now, that people have a concept of what it is that I do. That's nice. But I also think there's something quite problematic about it in the sense that what I see, both with the cartoon drawing and also with the spoof song about interpretation, is that the focus stops at the interpreter. But none of these public people have voiced anything about why is there an interpreter. It kind of like their focus stops on me, the hearing person who happened to know sign language, but they don't actually take it further and say, oh, she's there because there's a deaf person who's in need of sign language interpretation to be included in society. So it's nice that my profession is getting attention. That's nice, but it's actually necessary that attention is being brought to the fact that there's a deaf community in Denmark who are the ones using the sign language interpreters. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, and this is something all interpreters and all deaf people, I think, can relate to. If I go to a conference, a seminar to interpret for a deaf person who works with this particular field, then oftentimes I will be on this stage interpreting lectures or speeches, so people will see me and find it fascinating and beautiful and such. So when it comes to the coffee break and I go out and I take a cup of coffee, the people come to me and ask, oh, that's so fascinating. How long have you been studying sign language for? But not to the deaf person, who's actually the reason why I'm there. And again, it shouldn't be about me. I'm there to facilitate communication between this person who's in this context dependent on me to be included communicatively. But there's a barrier that the hearing people, as we call them, I mean, I'm hearing myself, but when an interpreter or a deaf person talks about hearing people, it's usually like them, those who are not a part of our world. It's funny to think that, instead of coming to the deaf person and ask them like, oh, so, why are you here for this seminar? They come to me. And I think it's because they feel that, the proximity to me somehow is closer. It's like I'm also hearing, but I know this language and it's not as scary to talk to me somehow. Somehow an ally or the in-between or the way in, but it's still a shame, because that actually means that, there's no inclusion. The deaf person is still outside. So in terms of the whole trend with sign language interpreter, great for the profession, but I could have really wished for more attention towards the big why behind the interpreter. Why are there interpreters? Why is it important,